Back to school is a really exciting time for both parents and kids, but can also bring about a lot of uncomfortable emotions like anxiety. So today on Your Day with Anna Koyman, we have 7 hacks that every anxious person needs to know from Dr. Anna Maria Temple. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Great, it's so great to be here.
Well, you brought along some startling numbers though, that over the last 2 years, childhood anxiety rates have nearly doubled. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, since the pandemic, since we did Zoom school and the social isolation, teenagers have not fared well. In some states, they even have declared a state of emergencies because they've had so many teenagers and even children as young as 10 years old attempt to commit suicide.
Yikes. So yeah, hopefully this segment isn't triggering for you. If it is, please definitely get help, but we want to try to lend a helping hand before it really gets out of hand, right? So let's talk about the gratitude journal, Bossin' It. Why does it help writing things down?
It is so helpful to do 3 things you're grateful for during the day. The human mind cannot have 2 thoughts in its head at the same time. So when you're grateful, it's very difficult to be anxious. And also it brings a positive spin on the day. Here's the trick. Every day that you're grateful, it has to be different than the day before.
Okay.
Which makes you every day go out into the world and go, what things am I grateful for, so I can put them in my journal.
And is it best to do in the morning, in the evening? Doesn't matter?
Try and see which one works better for you. Some people love to start their day on a positive note, and some people do better when they end it on a positive note.
Okay, hack number 2 is the ice cube trick. So if we're feeling anxious, just grab the ice cube.
Grab an ice cube, hold it in your hand, and then focus on it melting in your hand, how cold it is, and feel all the sensations. Again, the mind can only focus on one thing at a time, so holding in your hand and dealing with a mess that's about to happen will make you focus away from your anxiety and towards your hand.
Oh, what a great hack. And then a color of the day. Bright colors really can give us a little boost in our mood, can't they?
It is, and this is so easy for kids of all ages. We do this in my eczema program. What it is that in the morning you wake up and you choose the color of the day. When you choose the color of the day, that day you spot, when you go on a walk, what things are purple. If you're on the school bus, what things you see that are purple. It is best to do it when you're in a non-anxious state, so when you do get anxious, you've practiced it and it's easier to do.
Yeah, so we can even just practice that with our kids when we're on road trips or something. First one to see a red car gets
and it's
a few grapes, something healthy, not M&Ms,
and it's great for boredom at restaurants. And again, just remember that focusing on the color makes you focus away from anxiety.
Yes. Now breath work. I have to say, I thought breath work was kind of woo-woo stuff until I got pregnant, and then I was preparing for childbirth and really got into it. What type of breath work do you recommend, and why is it important?
So for the kids and teenagers, it's hard, and they don't see the point to it. So we make it fun, and it's important because when you do breath work, it takes you from the sympathetic state, which is that Tasmanian devil, and puts
fight
you in
or flight.
And it puts you into the parasympathetic state, which is a yoga mode.
And rest and digest.
Exactly. But we got to make it fun for the children and teenagers, because otherwise it's boring. And if it's boring, they won't do it. Do bubbles. I was gonna pull the wand out of here, but I can't. So, or if you don't want to spend money on bubbles, most people have a straw and water and just have them take a deep breath and blow bubbles in the water.
Okay, so that makes it a bit more fun than just, doing the belly breathing or something. Blow bubbles.
Blow bubbles, and then with the bubbles, you can have a contest who can make the biggest bubble out of the wand. And again, you're distracting them and you're making it fun.
Yes, I have to say, when my kids both had their first immunizations, the doctors and nurses would always blow bubbles. And I just thought, what a great idea. Great idea to take your mind off of it, even at that age. Next up, 3 things on the to-do list. So very often we've got a to-do list a mile long. There's no way in the world we're going to be able to knock them all out in one day.
No, and then that causes anxiety. Because when you look at a list and it's 20 things long, and sometimes we're like, do a project, which is like a 17-part
What
thing.
is that?
Right. So instead, do simple stuff. Do 3 things, because as you complete them, you're done. Making the bed should be one of the first things, because when you make your bed in the morning, it starts out your day on a positive note. You feel accomplished, and if nothing else has happened all day, at least you made your bed. Call your mom. Do math homework. Do 1 sheet of math. Keep it simple. Only 3 things on the to-do list, and anxiety decreases.
Yeah, and I guess when we do cross something off our list, even if the top of the list says, write a to-do list, and then you can immediately cross it off, it does feel good. It gives you some satisfaction, doesn't it? Next up, turn negative energy into positive energy. So how do we turn our frowns upside down?
Okay, so this goes out to all my people on social media. So when you get a negative comment, it is very difficult to process it. So for every 1 negative comment, you have to turn around and send 10 positive comments to your friends.
Outwardly. Okay.
Outwardly. So instead of sitting them in your head, if you get a negative text and it could just something that doesn't sit right with you, send 10 positive texts out into the world, because you take the negative, you have to erase it with 10 positives.
And it's karma too, isn't it? You put out something nice, probably
It comes
something
back.
in the world is going to...
You feel better, other people feel better, and your day turns around.
How about changing our environment? How do we just get out of our normal routine, our, the monotony of the same?
You know, the people that are toxic in your life, the accounts that are toxic, something pops up on your Instagram feed or your TikTok feed, and suddenly you're just like, and super anxious. Or you have the friends that are calling you that just bring you down. It's time to get rid of negative people in your life.
Okay, yeah, and what do we do if it's family though, and it's hard to get rid of them? It's easier to get rid of friends, especially those peripheral type friends, but what if it's somebody that's really close to us? How do we navigate that if they're bringing us down?
So I distance myself from the people that are negative, and then I do my negative to positive. So they're bringing me down, then I'm gonna go ahead and talk to and communicate via text or social media DMs with my people that are gonna bring me joy.
Right, amazing. Well, those 7 hacks have been very helpful today. I guess that we ended up having 8, that bonus hack that you gave us there. And you can find out a whole lot more about anxiety, about all sorts of issues that our kids are dealing with on Dr. Anna Maria Temple's Instagram page, and also in her book. Tell me about it.
So this is Healthy Kids in Non-Healthy World, where we talk about nutrition, anxiety, stress, sleep, motivation. All 5 pillars are super important to get your children started on an awesome foot for this school year.
Educating, inspiring, and empowering. I love it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to Your Day with Anna Koyman so you get notified when we release our next video. Bye.